How's it going, guys? My name is Theo Graham, and welcome to One Guy, One Take. I do really appreciate you guys watching this video and taking time out your day. But if you haven't watched my last one, please go make sure to check that one out. Me and my friend Thomas did do some betting advice and our picks and predictions for the Super Bowl wildcard weekend last weekend. And if you were to watch it, you would have seen that me and my friend Thomas did indeed predict the Packers to beat the Dallas Cowboys, and that did happen. So now we're on to a new week. Saturday night, we have the San Francisco 49ers playing the Green Bay Packers, and it's going to be a big game. And I do believe, I know I'm going to try to sound, not that biased, but I'm just going to say this right now. I do believe the 49ers do have the more skilled, more, experienced team, but I think there are some ways the Packers can pull this thing out. And here are my four reasons. So starting off with the first reason, focusing on Aaron Jones in the run game. So Jones is over 100 yards rushing in his last four games while averaging 5.6 yards per carry. And in my opinion, he is their best offensive player. And when he succeeds, this team succeeds. So giving him over 20 carries is important in order to thrive on offense. With also having misdirection runs, which did work very well against the Bears. Bears also have a very good run defense, as it is ranked second in the NFL behind the San Francisco 49ers. So while Jones is on a high percentage of broken tackles, standing at a 15.5%, it is extremely important to get him going. And he also averages 2.8 yards after contact. So with status still in question for AJ Dillon, I look for Jones to get at least 16 carries with Dillon in or not, as he is just this important to this offense. And kudos to the offensive line here because this O-line has improved so much in the last couple of weeks, and big thanks to right tackle Zach Tom and Zach Myers at the center position. Staying on the offensive side of the ball here, we got Jordan Love. So Jordan Love, in my opinion, has been a top five quarterback of this season. And if you don't want to say this season, you have to admit the last couple of weeks. Against top-notch defense of the Dallas Cowboys, he had a near perfect passer rating if it weren't for that drop by Tucker Kraft in garbage time. He's also had a 19-1 touchdown to interception ratio since the win against the Chargers in mid-November. He's pulled off big upsets, including the Lions, Chiefs, and Cowboys, which he has played great in all of them. And if receivers like Christian Watson and Jayden Reed can stay healthy this week, then it will cause many problems for the San Francisco DBs and this defense as a whole. And just another fact about Jordan Love, he was pressured four times against the Dallas Cowboys. On those four times, he managed to throw for 114 yards and a touchdown. So just very proud of the young quarterback here, first-year starter. He's played great. So moving on to my third reason, moving on to the defensive side of the ball right now, we got creating pressure on Brock Purdy without blitzing. Now this is big, this offense is insane under Kyle Shanahan. So here's my reasoning. So I think guys like Carl Brooks, who have stepped up big recently, he's shown big flashes against, the Chicago Bears with a sack and two tackles for loss. As well, Kenny Clark can create pressure on Brock Purdy while disrupting the passing attack that the 49ers have. You have guys like Rashawn Gary who can create buzz off the edge. And these three pass rushers, in my opinion, are their best ones. And, they really help out the secondary without blitzing. You have more guys in the secondary to take care of this crazy receiving core. You have Ayuk, Samuel, Kittle, and even McCaffrey could come out from the backfield. Another fact with the 49ers, they have allowed 34 sacks this season, yet this O-line is extremely talented, headlined by left tackle Trent Williams, guarding Brock Purdy's blind side. But I think that the Packers can create stunts and twins between, Kenny Clark and even Carl Brooks, which is their two inside rushers. That I think it could be extremely successful in regards to stopping the run and sacking Purdy. So my last reason on why I think, keys to the game, why I think they'll win, and this one's easier said than done, stopping the possible receiving threat of Christian McCaffrey. So we all know how good Christian McCaffrey is, whether it be rushing or receiving. But in my opinion, I think Joe Barry has played great. Joe Barry has made some great calls on the defensive side of the ball. He is our defense coordinator, if you do not know. And I think he can create a plan to limit Christian McCaffrey. It's hard to do that, but with how he's been handling certain star players, I feel like he can really do that with McCaffrey. But again, easier said than done. speaking of Joe Barry, in the beginning of the year, towards like middle of the year until the Chargers week when things really starting to get rolling for the Packers, he really has made some questionable calls. He's put Quay Walker on shifty, speedy receivers, which kind of hurts our defense. But he's also stepped up big, and it's a big reason why the Packers have been having so much success recently. And I think that his decision making has stepped up, and I think a big part they can stop how they can stop McCaffrey. Manning him up with slot defensive backs, just Keyshawn Nixon could be huge. And I guess he could really keep up with the speed of McCaffrey and the short route running ability that he has. And if it's only leaving athletic guys such as Carrington Valentine and Jair Alexander in the flats to make an open field tackle against him is extremely important just to make sure he doesn't get that extra level of speed and acceleration. And you have a speedy linebacker who has been great over his rookie season this season in Quay Walker. So I feel like he could definitely create problems for McCaffrey and even Purdy if he wants to rush out the pocket. So it will be a really good game. I think, you know, isolating McCaffrey with defensive backs, slot defensive backs is the smarter call just to ease up things. So we'll see what happens. I'm extremely excited for this game. My prediction is, and it really pains me to say, I think the 49ers will still win this game coming from a Packers fan. But I do believe the spread is currently -9.5 for the 49ers. I think the Packers could, keep it between 9.5. So I would slam +9.5 for all my bettors out there. Again, I do not condone gambling, but if you do, that's my advice. Um, but yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much again for checking in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.